In about a month, I'll graduate high school. And for most people, that's where everything starts to make sense. But for me, I feel like I'm just now starting to figure things out. I've always known I wanted to do something big. I just didn't always know what that looked like. And somehow that's led me to studying engineering while trying to become a movie producer. Hey guys, I'm Reagan, a senior in high school, and I'm about to graduate. And I'm starting this channel to document my path from engineering to producing. I've always been someone that likes to be creative and be involved in things like sports, school, clubs, and I'm pretty much an outgoing person. I've known for a very long time what I was interested in, what I wanted to do, and I never really had a clear path of how to turn my passion into a career or something that I can do that's stable and goes beyond just like one thing. My love for producing is more than just wanting to take control of things and be behind the scenes organizing what does and doesn't happen. I want to create something bigger than just one role. At the same time, I also wanted something stable and challenging, and engineering felt like the best way to build that foundation. So instead of choosing one or the other, I decided I'm going to do both and just figure out how they connect. So going through the application process has taught me a lot, especially what I would do differently. So one of the things I would do differently is start earlier. I started a month before my senior year. I knew what colleges I was thinking about, but I didn't really do research on them. So some of them went and other ones I discovered whenever I started doing research about the colleges that I want to go to. And honestly, if I had started earlier, I would have known important dates. So whenever the application's in, and I feel like that would have just made me able to apply to more. I ended up only applying to 3 colleges, I think it is. Louisiana State University, Sam Houston State University, and Baylor University, which is the one I'm going to. Go Bears. And so that's just something that I would have changed. Another thing that starting earlier would have helped, it would have given me time to retake the SAT. So I think I got an 1110, which it wasn't that bad, especially since I didn't study or did anything like to try to get a better grade. It would have put me ahead getting a better score if I had retaken it and studied the second time. So definitely starting earlier was something that I should have done. Like I said, started a month before my senior year. Honestly, starting at the end of junior year would have been best. So that's some advice. And then another thing that I would have done differently is I would have applied to more scholarships. So I waited until after I had already accepted into the college I wanted to go to until I started applying for scholarships, which is definitely not something you should do. You should apply for a scholarship. Maybe a method could be apply for a school, apply for a scholarship, apply for a school, apply for a scholarship at the beginning of the year, so you're not rushing and stuff for the deadlines. Now, so many deadlines have passed and I'm still applying for scholarships, which is so unfortunate, so terrible. I should have started earlier. It could have given me more opportunities. Maybe there's a bigger scholarship I could have applied for. I'm not even sure because I wasn't able to, get ahead and do that. So that's some advice from me. And then also another thing about scholarship is more money from scholarships equals less debt from school. And honestly, my parents are willing to pay for a good portion of my school, but I still have to find scholarships in order to fill in the gap, or else I'll have a student loan, and I don't want to come out of school with loans because then that's going to be money from my future job, which is hopefully engineering. I'll have to pay for getting that education, which is not the ideal. So another thing is my decision to become an engineer instead of going through the process of becoming a producer. So engineering appealed to me because I've always been interested in that kind of stuff. Like I said earlier, being creative, using my brain stuff. I can't just sit behind a desk all day. That's just not my personality. And I know that producing isn't necessarily a stable job. Of course, there's things that are more stable. I'm not saying it's a bad idea if you do want to go just straight to producing. But for me, I know that I want to be my own producer. I want to work for myself. So I want to just start from the bottom up, I guess you could say. Of course, there's another way to go about that, but I want to just be my own person. And so I know that engineering is a good pathway because I have seen some other creators do that, like UV on Instagram. I'm pretty sure that's his name. And honestly, it's just a good pathway for me, and it might not be for you. It might be the perfect pathway for you. I'm not sure, but for me personally, that is exactly the reason. And from engineering, I think I want to be in VFX and go along that path so that I can be someone who understands stuff that has to do with animations and just being behind the scenes, maybe editing a movie and stuff. I'm going into computer engineering, so just understanding the computer and how to take a movie from just a video to what we see in the theaters. I want to have that background and be able to know the knowledge of just the whole entire process of making a movie while I'm a producer, so that I'm not just going into this spot and being like, oh yeah, I know everything whenever I don't. Like, so I really want to just know the different steps, if that kind of makes sense. I'm not sure. That's some advice that I would give for anybody that's a junior or younger that is wanting to do this college application process and all of that. Just understanding what you want to do and why you want to do it, understanding that your career has to be able to stabilize your lifestyle. That's something that's very important. And yeah. I started this channel because I want to document my learning in real time. I want to make sure people understand that I'm still learning as I go. I mean, obviously I'm using a phone camera right now. I'm learning as I go. I barely know how to edit right now. I am in an AV production class and I've been taking one for a while now, but we don't really learn much in that class. So I just want to document what I'm learning, what I'm going to learn, and just my process in doing that. And I also want to show my life beyond my career. So that's not the main thing. That's not the most important thing in my life. My career is not the most important thing. It's something that I'm passionate about, but I also want to document, hey, I'm out here in the Caribbean, guys. This is what my lifestyle is doing. So I also want this to be more than just vlogs. I want to build a portfolio, in like a real portfolio. So every month I'm going to be creating some kind of production, whether it's a short film, a concept, or something creative. And I'll do this so I can grow my skills in real time and not just talk about it. Like I said, I want y'all to go with me and develop with me and learn with me. And maybe at some point I can even start a series, maybe an ongoing TV series or something. With if y'all get interested in a certain thing that I produce, I can continue on with that on the side. I'll also have some kind of lifestyle video at least once a month, so y'all can relate to me, and you know, it'll also be motivational and informational at the same time. I just want my videos to mean something and not just be like just a random thing. And then I also want y'all to stay up to date with what's going on with me personally. So I'll always be posting tips and tricks on how to follow the lifestyle that I'm doing or the journey that I'm doing, and just anything that is just helpful for people going through either the engineering path or the producing path, or just not knowing what to do with their life after college or before college, or just tips and tricks on the journey. This is the beginning of the story, 1 month before graduation, and I guess we'll see where it goes.